life into something that you can never run.
Hello, Sagittarius. Here is your reading for the week of the 8th through about the 14th. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. So let's see what the cards have in store for you. And any strange sounds, the dog is in the room. He's my little tarot buddy, but sometimes he's a little noisy. Okay, I need one card for my Sagittariuses. Okay, we got 2. That's good. And I need another card, one more card for my lovely Sagittariuses. Okay, I need now... what is challenging my Sagittariuses? Okay. And I need what is your recommendations? Okay, and this one I should... In your recent past position, you have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Now, this can indicate that you had a period where you felt that you were left out in the cold, that things were not going well financially or within certain tangible aspects within your life. And you went through this period of feeling that you were lacking something, or just that things just weren't really working out the way they should have been, or you were kind of being left out, or worried that you weren't going to have enough money. You know, it's kind of this whole feeling of just not having what you really want, in a sense, or what you need. But in your current position, you have the 7 of Pentacles, which is, this person has put a lot of time and effort into growing these pentacles. So this is all about slow progress. It's about kind of deciding, is your energy really, the energy you're putting into something, are you really getting something back? But typically this card says yes, you are. It's just very slow. It's not quick. It's a lot of hard work, sometimes for little rewards, but you are gaining some kind of rewards. And I think a lot of times when we are really investing into something, it does take time, and unfortunately sometimes we don't really get the benefits we want to see right away, or as abundantly as we want initially. But I always think, as long as you are still interested in doing something and still wanting to commit to that, you know, slow progress is better than no progress. But in your near future position, you have the 4 of Swords, which is all about needing to take a break. You might be burning yourself out, because I feel like with the 5 of Pentacles, it's all about this feeling of like not having enough. You're kind of stressed out, you know, things aren't going very well. But then if you're the 7 of Pentacles, I often get it when I'm working very hard towards something, and I'm putting all this effort in, and I have a little, I have a, what do I want to say? Little inklings, or I see little progress, but I'm like, oh man, the amount of work I'm putting in for this thing, and that's all I get. But at the same time, it's like, it is little progress. So it's like, okay, well, it's progress. So you keep going, but you kind of tend to be in this cycle of almost burning yourself out. You know, you're working very hard for something, and it's not maybe as great as you had hoped or expected. But this is indicating that you probably should take a break, or take some time, or get some rest from something, even if this is just kind of shifting out of what you're doing temporarily to try something else, just to kind of give your mind a refresher. Because sometimes when we take a break from something, I always notice with myself, like I could be doing something a certain kind of way, and as soon as I get worn out and I take a few days or a week away from it, when I go back to it, sometimes I actually have ideas within that time to streamline the process, the prior process, or something comes to me. I'm like, oh, why didn't I think about that sooner? It's just because I was in the middle of the situation and I couldn't see it. What do they say? You can't see the forest from the trees sometimes when you're just like in it. So I think this is, maybe you need to see this, the 7 of Pentacles, whatever this represents for you, whatever you've been working on and you're slowly gaining rewards from, or it's slowly growing. Maybe there's something that you're not seeing that could help this go a little further. Now, in your reversed challenging position, what you need to kind of be mindful for the week, you have the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords, upright and reverse, is about kind of being very stressed out. It's about kind of like having nightmares or just anxiety and things like that. But with it in the reverse, there's always like a little glimmer of hope in a sense that you can get yourself out of it. There is something available to you to kind of get out of this Nine of Swords moment. But this is really about like, you're very deeply troubled in a sense. Something is really bothering you. And I feel like it's coming from this Five of Pentacles. Maybe you've been in like a lack mindset, or even monetarily things have been very stressful, and kind of you've had to be very financially cautious, or maybe bills, things come up and you've just been in this like Five of Pentacles where you're just like, you feel like you don't have enough, or you're worried that you won't have enough going forward. And then whatever you've been working on is slowly making progress, but I really feel like you're burning yourself out. But what is recommended for you is the Six of Swords. And this is about moving on to calmer shores. It represents kind of leaving the choppy waters behind and moving forward to something a little bit more stable. But the swords represent your mind. So this has to do kind of with your thought processes. And considering we have the Nine of Swords here, and even the Four of Swords, sorry, I think what's really going to benefit you is to give yourself, even if it's just mentally, give yourself a break. Sometimes when you stress so much about something, you're not actually helping the situation. I do it all the time. Like I stress. I'm one of those stress people. I always stress. I'm like, oh, this and that and that. And I come up with all these things in my brain, and it's not really based in reality. Like, yes, certain stresses are real, but my anxieties and fears may not actually be based in reality. I'm just projecting what I'm worried would happen. But I think with you guys, I think you need to kind of give your mind a break and maybe somehow try to, I don't want to say be more positive, but I definitely think this Five of Pentacles is kind of black and everything going on. I think it really is taking a toll on you, Sagittariuses. And I think going forward, you need to kind of give yourself a rest, because you're headed to burn out. Because that's what this is. The Four of Swords in your near future represents needing to take a rest. And with the Six of Swords here and the Nine of Swords, it's just like you're stressing yourself out so much and so deeply. And what being recommended for you is basically taking the rest. So I think you need to kind of mentally have some type of break or something where you focus on something a little bit. I know it's not always easy. There's a lot going on all the time, so I get it. But you don't want to totally wear yourself out where you're completely not functioning correctly. So let's see what else we got for you guys. What else for my Sagittariuses? Okay, we have these two. Or you know what? These three. These guys wanted to talk to you. So we have Moth Spirit, Surrender Now, Spider Spirit, Make Your Dreams Real, and Horse Spirit, Freedom is Yours. Okay, and we'll discuss those in a second, but let me grab some more. Oh, I'm screwing that up. Sorry, guys. Okay, and then we have Clear Quartz. Get crystal clear. Oh, okay, you know what? Let's take all these ones for you. Okay, so we have let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Give your relationship a chance. Work on partnerships. Unrequited love. There's not a... Okay, honey, can you please give me a minute? Thank you. Unrequited love. There's not... Okay, Jesse, honey, okay. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And attraction, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Let me get one more and then we're going to kind of mush everything together. Come on, I need one card for my Sagittariuses, please. One card for my Sagittariuses. Okay, and you got 2 cards. So we have talking, interested, conversing more. Let me say that. Talking, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, email, call, hovering. And love call, someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Okay, so let me smoosh all this together here. Now, what I thought was interesting is that you had the moth and spider spirit, because it's going to sound crazy, but you like spiders, like if the moth is flying, it's going, and it goes into the spider web. It's interesting because you have like, what would that be? The predator and the prey in a sense. And if this moth gets caught in the web, the spider is going to like suck its blood. It's going to drain it dry. So I feel for some, maybe you feel like you're being drained dry in a situation, like something is sucking your life force out of you. And that's why you're headed for this 4 of Swords moment and maybe needing to take a break. But okay, so moth spirit, surrender now. I really think that this is saying that sometimes we just need to kind of, I don't want to say accept what's happening, because of course we want to try to make things better or try to change things. But occasionally with our minds, we can go over something within our head a million times, and it doesn't actually mean it's going to be based in any type of reality whatsoever. No matter how we think about it, no matter how we figure it out, sometimes certain aspects we could change and figure out, but certain things are just out of our control. And unfortunately, that could be very difficult. So you might actually have to just surrender either into taking a break or surrender into realizing you need to take some time to yourself, or just surrender and just be like, what do they say? My friend always says it, Jesus take the wheel or something, you know, or like in God's hands or something. Just surrender to the, you know, the higher power, whatever you believe in. And you might have to feel that like there's not much that you can do. Maybe you just have to hope and pray for the best, but you have to surrender to the situation. And you have to accept that in a way, because I think you're wearing yourself out, and it might be something you really is out of your control, is what I mean. Now, spider spirit, make your dreams real. And I definitely feel like that's going with the 7 of Pentacles, because this person is really working on something that they're nurturing something, and they want it so much that they are being so patient with it that it's taking a long time to achieve. So I definitely think you are nurturing something, but maybe whatever it is, it's not going as well as you would like. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. And I really feel like this is going here with the 6 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Like I feel like some of this, I do feel the 5 of Pentacles is almost like externally to you, that you might have been going through a rough patch financially or within certain aspects of your life. But I think some of this mental stress could be you're placing upon yourself. And I think you might need to free yourself from this a little bit. I think if you can somehow shift out of that, I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But I think if you can shift out of that a little bit, you'll be able to kind of free yourself up. In a sense. And sometimes when we free ourselves from it, when we're like, there's nothing I can do, I just have to hope that everything goes well, you start to get intuitions or ideas pop into your head, or you see things in a different way, and it actually really helps the situation. And clear quartz, get crystal clear. And I really feel like this is kind of getting crystal clear with yourself in a sense. I feel like this is really having to do with manifestation. If there's something you want, whatever the Seven of Pentacles is for you, whatever you're trying to build or grow, whatever this represents, whatever you're really pouring your energy into, trying to develop, I think you need to get crystal clear as to what do you really want out of this. Because if you can figure out exactly what you want, you may be able to figure out the steps to get it a little bit clearer, or the steps to get it a little bit quicker. Sometimes when we want something, sometimes it looks like, to me at least, I feel like, I'm about to climb a mountain and I'm like, I have no idea how I'm going to get up this mountain. You're at the bottom of it, you're looking up and you're like, okay, I want what's at the top, but I have no idea how I'm going to get up that. But if you start to kind of break down the steps and figure out the finer details, and you tackle one thing at a time, it becomes a little bit easier to climb, because you're like, okay, well, the first step, I have to get onto this rock over here, or I have to do this thing over here. And then the next step after that, I'll have to do this or that. So it breaks it down into a little bit more manageable pieces. And then it doesn't feel so overwhelming, because you can focus on the little pieces at a time. And then eventually you actually get to the top and you're like, oh, I didn't even realize I was made so much progress, yet here I am. So I think some of this is you guys could have your own mountain, or trying to figure something out, and you might not know how to get to where you want to go or have it develop faster. But I think you need to get crystal clear of your intentions and kind of what you want out of the situation. And I think through that, you might wind up manifesting it, or you might be able to plan better for it. Now, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And I really feel like that is this free yourself and surrender. Freedom is yours and surrender now cards. Because I think sometimes if you're so in control of something, you might actually be blocking something else from happening. But you're putting so much energy into just staying in control, or having to worry about all the details. And if something goes out of your control, you're like, oh, it's out, it's chaos. But I think if you just be like, okay, I'm going to kind of take a break, because that's what the Four of Swords could also be representing. You need to kind of take a step back a little bit. So maybe this will help the situation actually go a little bit better, because you're just letting it develop now. Sometimes we have to kind of take a step back, let it develop, and then we can, kind of, what would it be, playing defense in a way? Let it see what the offense is doing, play defense, and then you can play offense again. And then give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Now, I feel that, of course, this could be love for some people. This Seven of Pentacles for some people could represent a relationship or something that you really wanted to do, or you know what I'm saying, somebody that you really loved and you wanted to spend a lot of time with, and maybe for whatever reason it's just you have fears or stress in the situation, and you might need to take a step back and kind of, it could be you guys broke up or something, and but I feel like for others that if this isn't about love, this attraction, I feel like if you kind of take a step back, for instance, the spider spirit, all he really does is he creates this web, and then he creates this web. Jesse, what is you doing? Sorry. Dogs are funny. I never had one before, but they make all kinds of noises. It's sometimes he snorts like a pig. I'm like, cats don't do any of that. I've always had cats, but it's a great experience though. But it's oh, anyway, sorry. Where was I? So all this spider spirit does, all he does is sit back. He creates the web of death. And all he does is he hangs out and he waits for something to fly into here or get caught up in here. And he waits for them to get really stuck before he approaches. So I think this is saying that instead of chasing something, you need to sit back and kind of let it come to you in a way. And unrequited love, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now, I kind of feel like that whatever this could represent, maybe that you've been chasing something or you've been wanting something and it's not quite right for you. So I wonder if by kind of surrendering and in a sense, mentally moving forward with something or mentally moving on from something, if you'll wind up actually attracting what was really meant for you. Because I think there's something that you might have been chasing and it might not have been going as well. And this could even just be you chasing the idea of how you think something should be. Like you could be feeling that, okay, if I'm doing this, it should look like this, or it should happen like this. And you might need to take a step back and be like, okay, well, it's not really looking like that. It's not really happening like that. So I don't want to say change your expectations. You might just need to like be like, okay, I'm going to still work on it and let's see how it works out. Let's see how it plays out and just kind of surrender, take a step back and just see how things unfold in a sense and then kind of figure out from there. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Now, I feel like this could also even be indicating for some of you, you have to work on your own inner self because you have a lot of thoughts cards here. And I feel like for some of you, surrendering or kind of letting things go or whatever could be a little bit tricky, or the situation, you're just so stressed out. So I feel like for some of you, this work on your partnerships could really indicate that you need to work on your own self-talk or how you're thinking. You need to work on, it could even be how you're approaching a situation. So, because it's not always easy to surrender or kind of let or move on from something, you know? So this could be indicating that even if you had like a fight with a friend or something, or a disagreement with somebody, that you need to maybe move forward and then potentially work on whatever that situation was. Now, love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. I think that this is indicating that you have some positive stuff coming. And this could be just somebody is seeing what you're going through and they just kind of are thinking of you and just want to let you know that they have your back, or they're just kind of there in your corner. But I definitely think this could be saying that you could have potentially some good news coming a little bit. And I think the good news would definitely be from all the work you've been putting into the Seven of Pentacles. Talking. Interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hovering. And because you have this one too, talking, and this is about messages as well, I think that maybe there's a message coming, but you just have to kind of like take a step back temporarily, and eventually you might see things a little clearer. So, because even with the get crystal clear. Okay, so let's see what else we get for you guys. Great leaders don't blame the tools they are given. They work to sharpen them. So I think for some of you, this indicates that, because if you're in a leadership role, you might be, I don't want to say micromanaging, but you might feel that you have to handle every little detail, and it could be really wearing you out. So you might have to, in a sense, surrender and just kind of give other people a chance to really show you that they're capable of doing what they're supposed to do. It's not always easy. Okay, guys, let's see what spirit of the dish we get for you. Well, hold on. No, we weren't ready yet. Sorry. No. Not yet. Sorry, guys. I got to get a good shuffle in here. What spirit of the dish for my Sagittarius is? You know what? This one stuck in my hand, and then everybody else was a mess. So you have the Ace of Sides, which is the spirit of the salsa. So to me, this one, he's a little festive. He's a little fun. This could be saying that maybe reach out to somebody, have a little fun. Because sometimes when we have these Four of Swords moments, if we're able to have a little fun, it kind of shifts us out of that. So I think you got to have a little salsa. Okay, and then we have what dinner and a movie is recommend. You have barbecue food and horror movies. Oh, and you have two signs of Virgos. You have Virgo and Virgo. Look at that. So Virgos represents communications and thought process, and considering that you have a lot of thought process here and you even have like kind of communication with the love call and the talking, there might be something you really need to work on within that area or pay closer attention to. And you have Pluto, and he represents transformation and major changes. And then you have Neptune, who's all about vision, creativity, and illusion. So you may not be seeing the full situation on something, or you may be placing like illusions is kind of like fear, or you might be placing certain aspects or illusions on yourself when it's really not necessary. You have the 10th house, which is all about social status, career, and aspirations. And then you have the 12th house, which is all about the occult, like psychic abilities and the subconsciousness. So there might be something in your mind that you need to pay attention to as well. And then let's get a couple of these. You have W, T, B, D, Y, A, G, L, U, X, and 6 and 5. And you have kindness. And I feel like you might need to have a little kindness with yourself this week. And I don't want to say be less serious because that's hard, but just be kind to yourself, because I feel like you're really working hard on something and you've been through a little bit, and sometimes you just have to give yourself a little of that understanding. And let's get a little charmy for you. Oh, so you got 2 charmies. So I picked up the playful cat. Now he's playful. This cat symbolizes like play for me. And he's being super playful. So I think this is saying that you should have a little fun. Try to have a little fun or take time and a little rest and relaxation. Because this cat, he's enjoying life. You know, he has no worries at all. So I think you need to tap into that kind of energy of enjoying yourself, not being so stressed, shifting out of that if possible. And then you have the little bunny rabbit. But this is the little bunny rabbit with the clothes. Now, what is he saying to me? You know what? This bunny rabbit to me for this reading is saying, he's a little unconventional because he's not wearing any clothes. Well, he's wearing clothes, and he's just chilling. So I feel like this is saying that if you've been doing things in a really rigid, certain kind of way, maybe you need to kind of come at it a little bit unconventional, a little bit different. That's what he's saying to me regarding this reading. That's what I feel. Kind of try something new, like he wasn't wearing clothes at one point and now he's like, I'm going to try these clothes on, and he likes them. It's like my dog. My dog loves wearing clothes. He's crazy. Anyway, well, I don't mind because I'll put him on him, but he loves it. So, but that's not a lot of dogs. A lot of dogs don't enjoy that, but you might enjoy something that you didn't even realize you enjoy. So maybe that's something to try something else out. Okay, guys, now it is time. Think of a question. Here we go. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Sagittarius's question? It says, reply hazy, try again. Okay, guys, you got to really dig deep on this one, and here we go. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the universe. What is the answer to Sagittarius's question? It says, most likely. There you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.